Okay, hello, welcome to yoga. Today we are going to be stretching. We're going to have a big old stretch. We are going to try and focus in on shoulder space, opening through the chest, all of that kind of stuff, and then we'll move down into the lower body. We are going to start by laying down on the mat, and it would be great if you've got a soft block, then get that. If you've got a cushion, that might be nicer. Okay, so grab that. I'm going to use this cushion as opposed to my block because my block is cork and it's solid. So with that in mind, lay yourself down. We're going to place the strap block, whatever you've got, just underneath, kind of like around where your bra strap would be, like mid back. Lay yourself down, and then now this is your option. You can keep your feet flat if that feels good, and keep so that your knees are up. Alternatively, if you feel like you are okay to do so, you can lengthen the legs. If you do that, you're going to start to feel it in your lower back as well. So it might be that by raising the knees and keeping the feet flat, you're going to feel a little bit more comfortable in the lower back, just to stay there for a bit of time. So now we're here, we're going to think about breathing deeply into the lungs, okay? So just taking some nice deep breaths, thinking about where you are on the mat, so allowing those shoulders to be back to really open up through the chest space. Wherever the legs are, just making sure that you are comfortable with them there. If you are a little bit sore in the back, what you can do is take the feet wide, the knees can just close in together, so you take out any pressure through the hips as well. So entirely up to you. Just find a place that you're happy to be in. We're going to start with some equal breathing. Either take the hands down by the side of you, or you can take the hands to chest and tummy. Loads of options, maybe too many. Okay, so we're going to just start off. Remember, if my breath pattern doesn't match yours, then do your own. So here we go. Let's take an inhale for the count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, and 1. This is your opportunity now to set yourself an intention for today's practice. Or simply reflect on something you might want to bring back to the forefront of your attention. Just hold it there for a moment or two. Okay, and then when you're ready, nice and slowly, just begin to roll over onto one side. I'm going to roll to my left side, moving the cushion, block, whatever you've got underneath you out of the way. So I'm on my left hand side. I'm going to take the left arm away from me, and I'm going to take the right hand on top. I'm going to bring the knees so that they're going to line up with my hips, okay? So if you're finding that your neck is hanging, at this point you can use that cushion you've just had, and you can place your head on it so that you're taking any pressure out of your neck. Maybe a block would do the same thing. We are going to open that right hand up towards the ceiling, and then we're going to take that right hand behind us to open up the chest. Okay, we're just going to try to keep those knees together so that we're not really rolling back. So we want to be opening up through the spine as opposed to opening the hip space. So we want the hips stuck on top of one another. Okay, so let's bring that right arm all the way back up. And then bring the hands together. And then open. And then take that right hand all the way back. Okay, let's bring it all the way back. Hand palms together. And then open. So now you know where we're going. You can take this at your own pace. Just be mindful of keeping the knees together, the hips stacked. And then when you close the hands off, just bringing the palms back together again. Last one here, wherever you're at, just coming back. Okay, as we open that right hand as we're laying on the mat, we're just going to pause with our arms out. So we're nice and wide, right hand to the right side, left hand to the left. Take the gaze up towards the ceiling and then take the gaze over those right fingertips. Just going to pause here. We're not so interested in the hips at the moment. So if they're starting to just begin to relax and you find that top knee is just shifting slightly from that bottom knee, that's okay. I'm just going to start to take those nice deep breaths into the lungs and then releasing them off. Okay, from here, let's take the feet flat, bring the bottom back to the mat, and then you know where we're going to go. We're going to take the knees down to the other side. Okay, so bring the left hand over, palm together with the right, stack the hips, and then the knees come in front of the hips. Okay, we're going to try and keep those knees together. So squeeze down so we can activate through that inner thigh. So left hand on top of right, and then open out, gazing over the fingertips if it's comfortable for you as you do that, keeping that left knee as closely knitted to the right as possible, checking those hips aren't rolling back. And then you know what we're doing now. So just taking your time, try not to rush it, really be mindful of the fact that you're beginning class. Just working through that range of motion, allowing that space through the spine. Getting that really nice rotation in there, but in a really controlled and sensitive way. Okay, taking your last one now, and then when you're ready, we're going to come back to that left arm on the left side. So we're open again within the chest. So the hands are facing opposite walls. There. Right arm is right side, left arm is left side. Could not find my words for that one. And then now just allowing the breath to fill the body. Maybe the gaze over the left fingertips, maybe not, maybe somewhere in between. Just taking a moment just to allow that rotation to happen. And then just beginning to move so the bottom comes flat on the mat and the knees point up towards the ceiling. Opportunity now just to move that cushion out of the way. I'm just going to invite you to bring the knees together and the feet as wide as the mat. Just allow yourself just to rest onto the mat, feeling the weight of the spine touching down, just settling down. And then take the arms into cactus arms. Slowly just push down ever so gently through the forearms, allowing a lift of the chest. And then as you exhale, allow the spine to reach the mat. Core engages. On your inhale, begin to lift the chest, arching through the back, forearms push down. And then begin to just bring the length of the spine to the mat, engaging the core. Last one here, inhale, lift the chest, arch through the back, forearms push down, shoulders down. And then this length of the spine touches down into the mat. From here, just bring those knees in towards the chest. We're going to try and keep the length of the spine on the mat, but just interlace the fingers just below the knees. Imagine the tailbone touching down, and then the length of the spine reaching through the crown of the head. Long neck, long spine, shoulders back and down, space through the chest, and then push through the heels. From here, nice and slowly, just rock and roll on the spine. Taking your time here, coming up to seated. And then from here, option to place a block underneath the bottom. If you're tight through the hips, it's a really nice option for you. If not, come to just a cross-legged position. Again, if that's not comfortable for you, come to a butterfly, soles together. But we're going to be here just for a moment or two, so find something that's comfortable for you. Sitting up nice and tall, and take those arms out as cactus arms. Okay, just allowing the chest space to open. Think about squeezing those shoulder blades together. Beginning to lift the gaze. Chest moves forward. And then as we begin to round the spine, bring the forearms together, the elbows come close together, tuck the chin to the chest and begin to just round through the spine and drawing those elbows down towards the ankles. Nice stretch across the shoulders. Feel the stretch of the skin against the spine. Bring those arms back up. Open out as your cactus arms. Lift chin towards the ceiling. Lift the chest and just begin to arch through the back. And then on the exhale, chin comes down, elbows come together. Just begin to round through the spine. Elbows coming down towards the ankles. And then coming all the way back up, opening out. Option to speed it up just a little bit here. Working with what feels good for you. And then just taking a couple more breaths here. Feeling into all of those sensations of openness. And then as you begin to close your body off, that feeling of stretch through that back body. Last one here, wherever you're at, just coming or making your way all the way back up to meet in our cactus arms. Nice. All right. Wonder how much finesse we've got here. We're going to switch those legs out. See how we can keep those cactus arms going. All right. From here, let's drop that right elbow down. Left elbow is going to lift. Come back to center. Left elbow down. Right elbow is going to lift. Find that stretch through the side body as we do. Back to center. Drop through that right elbow. Back to center, drop through that left elbow. And then back to center. Nice. Right hand's going to come down, elbow close to the body. Left arm is going to lift. Reach up towards the ceiling. Take the gaze up there as well if it's comfortable for you. Breathe deeply, feel the lungs, feel the stretch through that left side body, and then take a sway over. That left arm comes over to the right side. Okay, left hand is going to come down onto that right side. Take the right hand on top of the left. Push down the hands into the mat and find that really nice stretch across the shoulders. Walk the hands through center. Take a forward fold here. Remember to use your breath to help you as you take an inhale, lift the chest, push through the fingertips, take that length through the spine, and then exhale as that breath disappears. And then moving the hands over to the left-hand side. Let's take that right arm high, bring that left elbow in towards the body. Reach up out of that side body, find that stretch. Nice deep inhale, fill the lungs, feel the ribs expand. And then when you're ready, exhale, bring that right arm all the way over to that left-hand side. Push down into that left hand to make sure that you're really anchoring down through that right side. And then that right hand can place down on top of that left hand. Push down into the hands, find that stretch into the shoulders, particularly into that right shoulder. Keep weighted back into that right hip, right sit bone. And then walk the hands back through center. Again, we're going to spider up through the fingertips. Take an inhale, lift, lengthen, exhale, walk those fingertips away, come down towards the mat. And then slowly begin to walk those hands in. When you're ready, take the hands behind you and then just move those feet flat so the knees are pointing towards the ceiling. Take the hands to however is comfortable for your wrists. We're just going to take those knees down to the right side. Take a moment here to feel the weight through those knees so you get a stretch into the outside of that left leg. Bring the knees to center, switch them over to the other side. Nice deep stretch through the outside of that right leg. Coming back up to center, dropping down to the right side. And then over to the left. Bring the knees back up to the ceiling, feet are flat. Roll those shoulder heads back. Inhale, take the chest as a little lift up towards the ceiling. Exhale, just round through the spine, bring chin to chest. This time, walk the feet away. From here, we're going to take an inhale, push down through the hands, lift, come into a reverse plank. Squeeze the glutes to lift the hips, push down the hands into the mat, find that space through the front body. And then sink the bottom down. From here, bend the knees, take the feet flat, wrap the hands around the shins. Really think here about squeezing the hands together against the shins to find that stretch across the back, across the shoulders. Let's take one more of those. Take the hands behind you. We're going to lengthen the legs, roll the shoulder heads back, fingers are facing the back wall. When you're ready, squeeze the glutes, take that inhale, lift through the front body, push down through the hands, shoulders are rolled back. If you want to open the throat and drop the head back with control, then do. Gain control of the head, slowly sink the hips back down. And then bring the feet in towards you, knees towards the ceiling, and then hug yourself together. Really allow yourself to round through the spine, that stretch of the skin with the inhale and the exhale. Bring chin to chest, find that stretch through the neck. And then from here, slowly just moving into an all fours position. Come and find your table. We're going to work through opening through the chest, through the thoracic spine. So we're going to start by taking that right arm high, reaching that right hand high towards the ceiling, opening the chest to the right side, keeping the hips level. And then taking that right hand, sliding it underneath, push down into the hand, find the stretch across the shoulder, and then open back out towards that right side. We're going to go for 5 of these. We've done 1, so let's go for 2, for 3, for 4, and for 5. This time, stay in that position. We're going to drop that shoulder down, walk the left hand in front of you, coming into a puppy pose. If you're happy to do so, we can extend the left leg away from us. Find a stretch through that left, back of that left leg. Keep the hips level. Take that left knee back in. Push down through that left hand, draw the right arm back out. Take the feet together, find a wide-legged child's pose, sit back into the heels. Allow the hands to walk forward, push down through the fingers to lift through the palms. Forehead is down, find that long neck. If you have space, bring the hands together and then pass the hands over the top of the head so the thumbs are touching the nape of the neck. A little bit of extra pressure through those shoulders to find some space there. And then slowly bring the hands back down. Find your way back into a table. And then we'll go again on the other side. So that left arm is going to lift, open the chest towards the left side. Gaze can come up towards the fingers if that feels good. And then take the left hand under, push down into the hand to find the stretch into the shoulders. Okay, we've done 1. We'll go for 5. So here we go for 2. For 3. For 4. And then number 5, let's lift. This time, as we take the left hand down, come to rest on that left shoulder, walk the right hand away from you. And if you want to extend that right leg, then do. Just focusing here on your breath. Pushing through that back heel if the leg is extended. Okay, right knee comes in, push down through the right hand and draw that left arm out. Hands are down, finding yourself in your all fours, in your table. Okay, from here, we're going to take the left leg away from us, pushing away with the heel. Keep the hips level. And then we're just going to, you've got options here. So if you want a little bit of strength, just a little bit, you can take that left leg wide and then take it all the way behind you. So it's going to cross over that right leg. So if you want to do a little bit of strength, this is the way to do it. If you're fine for no strength today, thanks, we're just going to move through the motions, keep the toe connected to the mat and just come through that range of motion, but you've got a little bit less weight because you're not lifting such a heavy leg, okay? So we're just going to move through here. Finding that this is working into your obliques as you bring that left leg round. Okay, when you're ready, pausing with that left leg trailing the hip, pushing through that heel. When you're ready, take the right arm away. Stretching forward with the fingertips and pushing back with the heel. Really draw the belly in and under. I wonder if we can just make circles with the hand and circles with the foot. Just taking a moment just to build a little bit of heat there. Can we take it in the other direction? Neck is long, gaze is between the hands. Pausing here, right hand's going to come down, left knee comes down. Take the left foot out as a kickstand, right leg comes long. Come into a gate pose as you take that right arm all the way past the ear. Push down through the pinky edge side of that right foot. Strong back leg, lift through that hip. Think about the space through that side body. You want a beautiful stretch from the fingertips all the way down to the pinky edge side of that right foot. And then take that right hand down, right knee comes down. Okay, from here, let's extend that right leg away and then lift it so it's trailing behind the hip. Okay, we're going to pause here for a moment. If you want to build into that strength, then take that right leg wide and then bring it all the way behind. If you're not so keen on the strength aspect today, then you can just take the toes down and then just bring that range of movement in instead. Always an option. Feeling it into the obliques. If that right leg is lifted, feeling it into the glutes and the outer thigh. Last one here. And when you're ready, coming back, lifting that foot so it's trailing the hip, pushing through the heel. And then now extending that left arm alongside the ear. Keep the gaze down and the neck long. We're going to see if we can build a little bit of heat by taking the hand and the foot in circles, really drawing that core in to support the movement. If it feels a little bit too much, then do one or neither, and that is also fine. Can we take it in the other direction? This is really calling for some coordination now. Okay. From here, left hand is going to come down, right knee is going to come down. Take that right foot out as a kickstand, left leg is long. Lift that left arm, and then that arm comes all the way past the left ear. Push down through the pinky edge side of that left foot. Lift the hips towards the ceiling and allow the gaze to go to the ceiling. Opening through the throat, keeping control, but really enjoying that openness all the way down that left side body. Nice full deep breaths. Okay, nice and slowly, let's bring that left hand down. Left knee comes down. Take those feet together. Take those knees together. We're going to come into a narrow-legged child's pose. Bring the forehead down. Hands can come behind you. Allow the shoulders to head down towards the mat and really enjoy that stretch of the skin, across the spine as you take the inhales, the pressure of the belly against the thighs. Okay, and slowly beginning to unwind. For a moment, let's come back into our tabletop pose. You know where we're going. Tuck the heels. We're going to just lift the knees, engage the core, and then send the chest back towards the thighs. Nice deep stretch through the underside of the feet as the knees are hovering. Nice stretch through the shoulders, and then begin to float the bottom up towards the ceiling, finding a down dog. Really taking your time, one heel at a time as you pedal down, wiggling through the bottom, releasing any tension in the lower back. Maybe a nod and a shake of the head, releasing the neck. And then let's take the right leg high, reaching the toes to the ceiling. Take that right knee to the right elbow, and then back up to the ceiling. Two more. Right knee to the elbow, back to the ceiling. Last one, right knee to the elbow. This time, take the knee behind the right hand. The foot comes down, come into a pigeon pose. We're going to keep the back knee lifted just to start off with, just so we can move into that hip space really safely. So I like to roll over the toes. It feels really good for me. If it doesn't feel good for you, then don't do it. And if you're living in a tighter body, or maybe today feels really tight, there's always a reclined pigeon that would be fine for you too. So always an option. Coming down into that back knee and untucking the toes now. So depending on how you're made up, we either have our shin parallel to the front of the mat, or like me, my shin is very much diagonal, okay? We want to feel a stretch into the hips. Firstly, take an inhale. Really think about drawing the chest forward. So rather than dumping into the lower spine, think about the belly button and the chest moving towards the front of your mat to create space in your lower back. And then up to you, you can stay there, or you can begin to walk those hands down onto your forearms, or you can make a little pillow with the hands and have a little nap. I won't mind either way. If you find that you're starting to roll into that onto that right hip, and actually you're quite wonky, that's okay. But what we want to do is keep the hips level. So pop a block under that right side, or a cushion, whatever you've got available, just to pad out that right side so we can keep the hips nice and level. So a really nice opportunity just to breathe into the body, into the hip space, a place where we carry a lot of our tension. So today's focus has been mostly about shoulders, chest, all of that kind of that lovely spine area, but that is where we carry so much of our tension. And you can tell because by the end of the day, our shoulders are closer to our ears than they should be. So this is again another place in our hips that we carry quite a lot of tension, which is why it's really nice to spend some time just focusing on breathing in and breathing out, and sending a little bit of love, TLC, to the area, being mindful of everything that they do for us. I'm going to slowly start to come out. So working those hands back to the mat, wherever you are. Going to tuck under the back toes and lift through the back knee. Engage the core as we push down into the hands, and take that right foot back into a down dog to join the left. Okay, walk out those heels. And then let's go on the left side. That left leg is going to lift into a three-legged dog. bring that knee to the left elbow, and then send it back into a three-legged dog. We go for two more. Left knee to elbow and away. Last one, left knee to elbow and away. This time that left knee is going to come behind the left wrist and the foot falls behind the right wrist. Okay, keeping the back knee lifted, just start to move into that hip space, just rolling over the back toes. And if it doesn't feel good for you, just take the knee straight down. Okay. When you're ready, knee comes down on top of toes. Thinking about protecting that lower back, we're going to think about that belly button and the chest reaching towards the front of your mat. So really nice and proud like a pigeon. The pigeons on my fence don't look very proud, to be honest. Not really. Okay, so from here, stay here if you want. If you want to move a little bit further down, come onto the forearms. And if you're really happy to make a pillow with the hands, then do that as well. We've got lots of options here. And again, if you're finding that that left butt cheek is just rolling down onto that left side, then pop a block under to give you some stability. Again, sending your breath to the hips. Really feeling that connection to the mat, connection to your breath. Maybe revisiting your intention from the beginning of class. Last breath here before we start to move back. Moving any props that you might have out of your way. Just taking the hands down to the mat. Tucking the back toes, lifting the back knee, engaging through the core. Send that left foot back to join the right, pedal out those heels in your down dog. Take a moment, take a breath. The knees are going to come down. Bring the bottom down, bring the feet out in front of you. We're going to make our way into our final Savasana now. But if you would like to finish the way that you started today, then feel free to grab the cushion that you started with, place it exactly where you had it before, and just allow that chest opening to happen, okay? So finding your comfortable place, whatever that might look like, and just beginning to settle down into your final Savasana. Okay. So today it's going to be all about resting the mind. Although you cannot always control the mind, you can encourage it to be more at ease. Learning to do this will help you respond rather than react to your thoughts and your emotions. This practice gives you the opportunity to train the mind to slow down when it becomes overactive. And it helps you to practice ease and relaxation instead of falling into those difficult mental states. Finding your comfortable resting position, removing any distractions, and allow your breath to find its natural rhythm. Just taking a few breaths, easy breaths. Try inhaling the lungs completely. Holding for a second at the top and then releasing that breath slowly, mindfully. As you let the breath go, try to empty the lungs completely. So recognizing that you cannot control every thought, connect with the intention to relax the mind. If a thought becomes present, just leave it, let it go. Offer yourself 2 simple phrases of kindness towards the mind. May my mind be at ease. May I be at ease with my mind. Synchronize these phrases to match your inhale and your exhale. May my mind be at ease. May I be at ease with my mind. May my mind be at ease. May I be at ease with my mind. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Taking your last round of breath now before moving back into the present moment. Remind yourself just one more time. May my mind be at ease. May I be at ease with my mind. Gaining control of our thoughts is really important. Knowing how to ease the mind and encourage a sense of calm is one way that we can help ourselves remain calm and remain in control. Beginning to awaken the body, giving these final moments an opportunity to return back to your intention from the beginning of class today. Holding it there, feeling proud, maybe a little smile, knowing you've gifted yourself some time today. Beginning to inhale the arms above the head, wiggling the toes and the fingers, taking that stretch, maybe pulsing through one side of the body, then the other, lengthening and lengthening. Knowing that you are strong, you are incredible, and that you can face the rest of your day. When you are ready, and there's no rush, make your way back up to a seated position, and I will be there.